Welcome back, students. We'll deal with the rest of the portion of this chapter on chapter 10, the first word of independence. So, as I have told you before, earlier we have discussed about the various consequences of the rebellion, which where we have discussed about the changes in administration, end of the rule of Mughals and Peshwa, policy of divide and rule, new policy towards Indian states, and reorganization of the army in the last class. Now we'll be dealing with the nature of Sepoy mutiny. So this was known as the first war of independence because it sowed the seeds of independence among the Indians. We finally the Indians could realize how they were being controlled by the Britishers, some other how they are being controlled by some outside powers, and how they were being ill treated by them for the benefit of them, and in their own country how the Indians were being cruelly tortured and cruelly treated. So this was a protest, mass protest, and this revolt helped the Indians to realize their condition, and this fueled up further revolution in the future. So, the nature of the mutiny, this is known as the mutiny of the Sepoys or the Sepoy mutiny, because it took place among the soldiers. And Sepoy mutiny, British historians like Lawrence Holmes, Seeley, Marshall, Trevelyan, and Robertson described the revolt of 1857 as mutiny of Sepoys. In their support, they put forward the following arguments. So, what were the arguments that they put forward? First one, the immediate cause of the revolt. The immediate cause of revolt was the introduction of Enfield rifle. So, as we all know, that the Enfield rifle had been it was covered by a there was a covering which they had to tear with their teeth, and use the rifle, and before using the rifle they needed to tear that covering with their teeth. So that particular covering or that particular layer was made up of the grease or fat of the pig. So that was not touching it or tearing it with the teeth was against the religious belief of the Hindus and the Muslims. So they did not want to use that particular rifle which was introduced by the Britishers. So this fueled the revolt, and they opposed from using those rifles, those cartridges. So since then only they were being forced upon to use those rifles, and they rejected. And then from that particular thing, this Sepoy mutiny or the revolt of Sepoys started or fueled up. So this is the British historians say that this cannot be called as a first war of independence, because this was merely the mutiny of the Sepoys. But we Indians or the Indian historians claim this as the first war of independence because this particular event helped the Indians realize their condition in their own country, the situation which they are in, and it helped the Indians to unite and revolt against the British. So this sowed the seeds or sowed the idea of the revolution against the oppressors, and this also helped Indians to realize how much it is needed for them to become free or enjoy freedom in their own country. So the revolt was easily crushed by the British. It lacked the leadership and popular support because there was no one person who would lead the movement, and also there was various problems among the Indian rulers. Like the Indian rulers were not united. So due to lack of unity or lack of proper leadership, this revolt was crushed by the British. The first war of Indian independence, Dr. Ashok Mehta, Dr. Tara Chand described the revolt as the first war of Indian independence. I told you the explanation. It is not a military revolt, as a large number of soldiers remained loyal to British and rendered invaluable services to them in crushing the revolt. They gave these arguments. So the revolt was a consequence of the discontent of the Indian masses against the British rule. It was not confined to just the soldiers, as a large number of civilians were also included in this movement, especially in Jhansi, Gwalior. A large number of civilians became included in the army, or they all take part in this revolt against the oppressors. And the Jagirdars also played a prominent part in it. It infused a sense of unity among the Indians and among the different sections of the Indians to fight against their common enemy and for the common aim also. Many Indian rulers, military leaders and statesmen participated in the revolt, and the leaders like Rani Lakshmibai, Tatia Tope and Nana Sahib fought bravely against the British. So they became examples to the Indians who would cite the example of these freedom fighters who helped in sowing the seeds of this particular revolt in and making us believe that the situation which we are in was much worse, and also we should attain independence at that point of time. That's what these leaders helped us to realize. So the revolt enlightened the people about the democratic ideas of nationalism, socio-political equality, and feeling of brotherhood and unity. So these were the various importance or important impacts of this particular movement. And these ideas helped them to restore the rights and privileges, paving their way to the new era of freedom and enlightenment. So these helped in this, these points help us to realize the importance of this movement, importance of this particular war of independence in India, and this helped in, though it was among the this mutiny was among the sepoys, and the sepoys were the ones who took part and fueled up this, but it helped us to sow the seeds of independence, which in future would help us to attain independence also. So this is about this particular chapter which we have completed. So that with that we come to the end of this unit test, the syllabus of unit test 4. Next chapter, since I told you that we will start the next chapter, since we have a huge syllabus, so from next class onwards we'll start start with the syllabus of annual term, and read this chapter, read the whole chapter, and if you have any problem or any doubts, you can ask me in the online classes, and go through the whole chapter, go through the portions that I have explained, and we'll be coming up with the next class with the next topic, and we'll be starting with the next new chapter in the next class. That will be all. Thank you.